CNBC-TV18 Weekender.
So you're a lucky man. You work with some of the best in the industry. You are among the best in the industry. Tell you what, for people who do not have such kind of exposure, what is the recommendation that you would make to them for guys who have gone long private banks, the guys who have gone long pharma at the top of the cycle, and since then their portfolios have underperformed? And what would you say to people who have entered public sector banks as well as metals, which have seen a bit of a rally? Do you think there is more legs to this rally?
I personally think that pharma, etc., are very long-term bull markets. You have certain US FDA issues that come up, and stocks go through these sharp accidents. But I feel that this is something very new. People just react to news. They first sell and then think what are the financial implications. So I think it's overdone. And yes, there may be underperformance. They may consolidate. But I do feel that these are in much longer-term trends. These are big macro, what you call, trends happening globally. So I do think these things will catch up. Yes, you'll go through moments, as I said, of difficulty, underperformance, self-doubt, self-questioning, but then that is a part of the game. Somehow when you spend a lot of time, you realize it's not an intellectual game, it's an emotional game. And you have to hold yourself or be superior emotionally to really make money. I'm so fortunate to work with a great investor trader like Rakesh Junjunwala, and I see it in him. But the beauty is that how he's been able to go through cycles, and in the end create wealth. So it's not about being the best performer every day, every week, every month. You cannot be that. But the beauty is that how you come out of every cycle stronger, as in technical terms we call a higher top.
Okay, so higher top, any example of your own trade that you can give in terms of you had to go through a cycle, you faced a terrible amount of pain that time, there were moments of self-doubt, and then you came out victorious?
In the whole 2000 IT boom, we had all made loads of money, and we got a little arrogant, and we thought it's the ultimate thing, and we had concepts like eyeballs and blah 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 and all these things. So when the market corrected, no one thought it's going to be so deep, but I got into a stock called Mastech in a very small quantity. And after a few days it hit downside circuit and it was traded. I could have exited. My stop losses should have been triggered through my whatever methods I used. But you get arrogant, you think it's all going to bounce back because in the past you've been smart and cheeky and you've made money. But I saw that thing go into 9 circuits after that. Oh. So I just couldn't exit the stock for 9 days. And each time it was like almost a 8%, 16% kind of circuits. And when I assessed myself on a small ridiculous position, just because I did not cut my losses, I found that I'd given back 25% of the bull market profits. Oh. So a small trade, an arrogant trade or complacent trade, whatever you call it, and you land up giving up. So because of that, I think 2 things I've learned. One is to cut my losses. And the second thing I've learned is not to trade Mastech. So I haven't traded that stock since,
So with the cut that you've seen in a lot of these pharma stocks, have you cut those losses?
I think it's a more case-to-case basis, but I still don't think that the bottom is in place. They may take some time of consolidation. So as I said, everything has cycles, and it's the ability to survive through cycles is what really creates long-term wealth. And it's not being reacting. I'm not the kind of guy who comes and thinks that I have to buy 5 stocks today. I mean, I don't have those compulsions. For me, it's 5 stocks a year. Probably that's a great hit rate, even if I get somewhere there.
We're almost in the first 25% of this year. Any stock that has swum into your ken?
Well, it's not going to be easy for me to recommend stocks because of compliance issues. But I really think that it's more important that this market is very interestingly poised. We've had a rally of over 1,000 points or so, from 6,900 to 7,900, and I think it's a very important inflection point, not just India, globally. The issue that comes up is that we've had a bounce back. Is this a technical bounce back in a larger downtrend, or is it a trend reversal? So I do think that the markets are going to get challenged shortly, and the quality of correction is going to decide. If it's going to be sharp and deep, then I think we may actually spend a lot more time and may need to do a lot more work. But in case the correction is shallow or maybe sideways, and then it takes out this 7,900, 8,000 Nifty level, I really think that we can have a bottom and a trend reversal of a larger trend. So I am looking at the next, I would say, 100 or 200 points of Nifty with great interest. Not just the 100, 200 point story, but how the market behaves. Is the correction shallow or deep? And that for me is very important. What are those kind of stocks that are going to move around? What are the new leaders that are going to emerge? So I think I'm really looking at the next 100, 200 points with a lot of hope.
Alright, so before we let you go, give me one green flag or any such cue that you will get from the market that would signal a larger uptrend, or a red flag that these stocks are going up or going down?
I think crossing 8,000 or so on the Nifty, it will also, I think, we will have in place a kind of a higher top, a higher bottom, higher top, which is a longer term trend. And if you really draw a big trend line, which is from the top of 9,119 to this whole 1 year fall, you'll find that that also gets taken out. And this will also, I think, be confirmed, or very often you will find that the earlier breakouts would happen in the global markets. So this is a story globally. You've had this, very big fall, and you've had a bounce back. And in the emerging markets, it's more so because the fall has been sharper. So I think we are at a decision point really of whether it is a correction in a larger bear market, or is it a bull market reversal. I, for one, think it's a bull market reversal. That is my sense, my thought. But obviously, ultimately, the price in the markets tell you the whole story. Who am I to run ahead of it?
Right, that's your sense, wonderful sense. Who are you to run ahead of the market? So at this point in time, thanks a lot, Atul, for joining us,
having me,
giving us all the perspective on life, water, markets, family, and what not. Thank you. It was a wonderful time spent with you at this beautiful restaurant.
Thanks a lot. I enjoyed it.
CNBC-TV18 Weekender.